Hi, welcome to the kitchen. I'm John Tapper, chef de cuisine at Thoroughbreds Chop House and Seafood Grill in beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And today in the kitchen, we're gonna show you how to make a Cajun etouffee. So if you've ever been to the South on vacation, you've probably had etouffee, you've had grits, you've had different Southern dishes that are wonderful, and you probably don't know how to make them. So today in the kitchen, we're gonna make a Cajun etouffee. We'll show you how to make a nice spicy etouffee. We'll show you how to make the spice mix, and bam! Just like Emeril Lagasse, you'll be making Cajun food for your friends. So stay tuned. Now when making an etouffee, the first thing you wanna do is get together your ingredients or your mise en place. So here we have 5 pounds of andouille sausage, and that's definitely the star of the show. That's gonna give it a ton of flavor, a ton of smokiness. Here we have our red, yellow, and green bell peppers, medium dice. We have some medium dice white onion, medium dice celery ribs. Here we have 2 cups of sherry. Here's our spice mix. This is Emeril Lagasse's essence, which I'm gonna give you at the end of the video, the amounts. We have 8 ounces of lobster base. Here we have ½ cup of minced garlic, 6 bay leaves, 4 quarts of chicken stock. This chicken stock's homemade, but you can use store-bought, that's fine. We got a number 10 can or large can diced tomato, 1 pound of butter, and 1 pound of flour. So without further ado, we're gonna get this recipe going. And this recipe is really simple. Anybody can make this. So we wanna start by getting a pan relatively hot. We're gonna put in some clarified butter, and that's we're gonna start this with our ½ cup of minced garlic. Seems like a lot of garlic, but you need that for this Cajun etouffee. And we're just gonna get the garlic in the pan, get it moving around with this oil, and just create a nice garlic oil to saute our regular vegetables in. And it just takes about a minute. And we don't want to brown it, we just want to sweat it a little bit and get the oils coming out. So after you sweat your garlic for about 2 minutes, we're just going to go ahead, we're going to add the rest of the vegetables, get it in this nice stock pot, stir it around. We're going to sweat these vegetables for about 2 minutes and then deglaze with the sherry wine. So now we sweat these vegetables down for a couple minutes, and as you can see, they're starting to soften and just get really flavorful inside this pot. So 2 minutes in, we're starting to melt our butter for the roux. We're gonna do a peanut butter colored reverse roux for this Cajun style etouffee. So now we're in 2 minutes, we're gonna go ahead with our sherry wine. Go ahead, deglaze with the 2 cups of sherry wine. Give that a nice stir. We'll get those vegetables absorbing all that flavor. And this part goes pretty quick, so we're gonna go ahead with our number 10 can of tomatoes. Get that in the pot. Go ahead with your rubber spatula. Just go ahead and incorporate those 2 things together. Next, we're gonna add our special Emeril Lagasse seasoning mix, our essence. Get that in the pot. We're gonna add our bay leaves and our lobster base. So we'll add these ingredients to our etouffee, let that cook for about 5 minutes, and we'll continue the process. So after we simmered that etouffee for about 5 minutes, we added the 4 quarts of chicken stock and also the sliced andouille sausage. So what I did is I took that grilled andouille sausage, sliced that up, got the chicken stock in the pan, and we're just gonna go ahead, we're gonna bring this up to a simmer, and then we're gonna add our reverse peanut butter roux. So I've got the roux cooking. The roux's been cooking for about 10 minutes in here, and as you can see, it's starting to pick up some color. And that's exactly what we want. Traditional recipes usually just call for a blonde roux or a light colored roux, but in this etouffee, a darker roux is what gives it a lot of that Creole bite. The darker roux gives it some toasty caramel notes because we're toasting the wheat inside the pan. So like I said, this has been cooking for about 10 minutes, and you can see that it's picking up a darker peanut butter color. And we're gonna cook this for a couple more minutes. We're gonna plunge it into an ice bath, the pan, and go ahead, reverse thicken our etouffee, and we're gonna be ready to rock, baby. So this roux here is now perfect. It's got a dark peanut butter color, and that's exactly what we were looking for. It's a nice, rich, dark roux. It kind of smells like burnt popcorn, but like I said before, that's what gives this etouffee its Creole flavor. Now, if you add this to the etouffee right now, it's gonna blow up in your face. It's gonna put hot roux all over your face and burn the crap out of you. So instead of doing that, we're gonna take the pan, Get a nice bowl of ice. Go ahead and plunge that in the ice water, and we're gonna cool this roux down before adding it to the etouffee. It just makes it a lot safer. So this is where all your hard work's gonna come together and pay off. Our etouffee has been simmering just gently for about 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead with our dark peanut butter roux. We're gonna reverse roux. You see how that reacts with our etouffee? That's why you want to cool it down, because if you don't cool it down first, you're looking for a hospital visit. And we're gonna go ahead and incorporate this together. Look how nice that is, and it smells amazing. And like I said, this is something you can make at home. This is something you can make for your guests. And I forgot to tell you that etouffee just means to smother. So really, it's good for anything. Today we're gonna be putting it over rice. At the restaurant, we serve it with shrimp and grits, and it's a wonderful dish. It's got a lot of flavor, a lot of character. So now that we have our reverse roux in there, you can see that it's slightly changed the color of our etouffee, and it's beautiful. If you were here, you could smell how nice this etouffee is turning out. So we're just gonna gently simmer this for about 5 more minutes and then show you our finished product. So after a short 5-minute simmer time, you can see how all these ingredients came together to make Cajun love. Look at that. It just took about 5 minutes to thicken it. And this etouffee is an excellent dish you can serve for dinner on a Tuesday night. You can take it to family reunion. You can serve it at the restaurant. It's a solid, solid dish. Like I said, it made chefs famous like Paul Prudhomme and Emma Lagasse, and there's a good reason for it. This dish is solid, it's flavorful, it doesn't take hardly any time to cook, it keeps well in the fridge, and everybody I've ever served it to has been happy. So I'm gonna keep it simple. So what we have here, I just heated up some rice, and we're gonna take our etouffee and smother that over the rice, just like that. Boom! Dinner's done, everybody's happy, and it's beautiful and delicious. So like I said, thanks for watching. This is Food Fox, Chef John Tapper II, and this is Cajun Etouffee. Thanks for watching.